going to the gym. You want success. You want results. You have to do something about it. You just can't hope for it. You can't expect it just to happen because you showed up. You have to take action. You have to demand it from the universe. You have to demand it from your workouts and insist that it happens right now, here and now. You're getting ready to do what it's going to take. And it's going to take all of you. It's going to take every ounce of your being, everything you've got. And if you give it any less than everything you totally got, you're not totally spent, you're not doing enough. You have to promise yourself that you will not ever be a failure. I don't care if you're on your deathbed and you're dying and it hurts and anything. You have to promise yourself before you get there that you are not going to go home a loser. I would rather die than acknowledge to myself that I'm that loser. There is nothing that I won't do. There's nothing that I won't do to avoid being a loser. And if you think you could have done more, you're a loser.
Come on! Where'd he go? There he is. Sean Ray and those guys in the 90s, 2000s, the guys in the 80s, the 70s, they did behind the neck lat pull downs. I don't think a lat pull down is most effective behind your neck. However, when I do my back double bicep pose, I want my rear delts to be flexed. Another thing about back posing is that if you're gonna look at yourself from the side, so try this out. Do your rear double bicep. If you wanna do it like Nick Walker, like Phil Heath, those guys, where they reach up and they come down and they go out. Or you can do the Ronnie Coleman where he rows his back muscles back and then opens it or whatever. However you want to do it, look at where your arms are in relation to your face and kind of your torso. If you have really shitty mobility, really tight chest, tight shoulders, just bad mobility at your rotator cuff, whatever, you're gonna end up doing a back pose like this. And your back muscles are it's almost like doing a bicep pose like this. It's like, dude, you gotta get the muscle fully contracted to get that nice pop and let the muscle belly really be full in that contracted state. But if you go to do your back poses and you're like this, and then in order to get your arms back, you have to angle at your waist or something ridiculous. What I like to do is I like to incorporate in my workouts, maybe 2 exercises a week, where I do something that forces me to come with my hand behind me back here. And so then when I go and pose, or if I'm taking photos or whatever, and I wanna do a back pose, I'm not doing a back pose where, from here, I can't get my arm back because I never practice any exercises or any time in my day in the gym or ever with my hand out like this. So how do you get your hands used to being out here instead of being here in your back poses with your arms in front of your body? I want my elbow to go as far that way and this hand to be externally rotated as much that way as I can so that when I open that pose up, I'm here and I'm taking my knees and I'm pushing my knees forward and contracting the hamstrings as opposed to opening up my abs. Watch Chris Bumstead do his. Phil Heath, Nick Walker's really good at it. They let their knees sit forward. So they're getting the angle from their knees as opposed to keeping their knees straight and trying to get the bend at their waist. And if you have really bad mobility in your shoulders, this pose looks even worse. So instead of having bad mobility, I do things like behind the neck press. I do things like rear delt rows or rear delt pull downs that kind of go behind my neck. And it trains my muscles and my shoulder girdle to have that mobility. My hands are behind my head. My elbow and my hands are behind my head. This is effortless for me. And I'm 244 pounds at 5'9", and 50% body fat. So if I can do this, you should be able to do this. And I'm not all shrugged up where my lats sink into my rib cage and I have no V taper. I'm trying to stay wide and let the lats flare into a V. I'm using my hamstrings and my knees to do a hamstring curl in the pose. My knee, my femur, my hip, my torso up to my chest is almost like a straight line. And I'm creating the bend at the knee with the hamstring curl. Long story short, I like exercises like this that let you train that mobility. All I'm doing is taking my rear delts and thinking of that pose. Boom, I'm pulling down to my rear delts, and that's what I'm thinking with this.
Bro, the rain started pouring, so I got to do a little voiceover action for this part. But yeah, man, this fucking workout was so. I was so excited about this workout before, during, after, pre, intra, and post. I was so excited, and that deadlift is like what I've been chasing for a while. Is that it's not 7 plates, America 7 plates. That's 675. 7 plates out here is only 660. But bro, I just wanted to rip that for 10, and eventually I want to get 700 flat, or roughly 700. I'll get as close as I can with my little mini plates. And yeah, and then after that, going into these rear delts, you know, I like doing compound lifts, and then I go into like an isolation thing, like I kill my nervous system. And then exercise 2, I usually do something chill. And so for back, my recipe is like heavy barbell something, exercise 1, and then exercise 2 is like pull-ups or rear delts or something like that, like nothing too taxing. So I'm doing these, you know, behind the neck, whatever. I hope that explanation of why this exercise and how it relates to your posing, because you can have all the muscle in the world. If you have rounded, shitty looking mobility up in your shoulders, you can have all this muscle. You're not going to be able to pose it. You're not going to be able to show it. It's just going to be a mess. So it's really important for me to incorporate behind the neck Smith shoulder press, behind the neck rear delt pull downs like this. And I'm sort of doing like some wide grip, and then I superset with like a close grip face pull looking thing. So I just shake out my hands, and here I'm doing like almost like a rope face pull, same type of whatever motion. And yeah, so I'm actually recording this right now after my gyno surgery, and yeah, I'm just recovering on the couch, and I stockpiled so much shit to edit so that while I'm losing my mind sitting down, I can't go to the gym, I can't sweat, I can't go outside, can't do shit. I got my tattoo done, so I'm obviously not going in the sun with that. I get stitches, you know, in certain places, and I'm just sort of stuck inside. So I just said, fuck it, I'm just gonna like not edit anything. And I have like a ton of reels, whatever, YouTube videos. Also, I was talking to somebody, this kid named Brandon Starr, I don't know if you guys know him. He was just like, I was talking to him on DMs and stuff, and he was like, yeah, dude, you got to get on Snapchat because you don't get paid on Instagram for posting Instagram stories. So he's like, just document your day on Snapchat. So I've been posting on Snapchat pretty much all day, like my whole day and stuff. And yeah, so if you guys want to follow me there, it's my same username. Sometimes you got to type like Paul and then 1_350, or sometimes it's Paul and then 2_350, depending on which app, because I've had my account deleted last year. For those that know why, whatever, you already know why. But yeah, so after my rears, going into some nice, good old T-bar rows. This is exercise 3, so like I said, I like to go back into something heavy. You can see the lightning in the back. It was so loud in this gym. I was just like, yeah, I'm not putting music on. I'm not going to record my own voice because it's just so loud. But I love doing these back workouts towards the end of the week. I haven't had a high carb day in like a while. During like a diet phase, I put my best body parts away from the food intake spike. So I put like arms, legs close to my whatever, my cheat meal day, refeed day, whatever. And then, you know, I throw these just horrible back workouts where like I have nothing in me. I have every disadvantage. Like I saw a Conor McGregor thing. He's like, I like fighting hungry, like physically hungry in my stomach, because it calls something out of me to like, just like I have nothing working in my benefit. I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm this and that. Like then let me go into this workout and like put you in that fight or flight, do or die situation.
The rest of the movements I don't consider hard to do because they're on machines. You know, a hack squat, a leg press, a line curl, seated curl, a leg extension, even walking lunges. I don't consider any of those exercises like really that difficult. Dieting, maintaining, bulking, they're kind of the same to me. A free barbell feels a lot different after a high carb day versus I haven't had a high carb day in a week. So what I like to do with these back days is, like, I heard this Conor McGregor thing. He was like, maybe it was him, I don't know. But him or somebody was saying that they like to train hungry, like physically hungry, when they have nothing in their stomach, because that physical hunger kind of awakens this survival inside of you, this primal, something comes out of you where you're like, you feel shorthanded, you feel at a deficit, and it's either attack it or make it a part of your excuse. Go to your filing cabinet in your head of where your excuses are. I go, oh, I had a bad workout, I'm tired. I only had X amount of carbs today, And what I do on my back workouts is fucking brutal. These back days suck because none of this shit is on a machine. Like the leg stuff is really difficult. Like getting on a hack squat and doing heavy ass hack squats after barbell squats and after leg extensions, after leg press, after adductors, and hack squatting last, and your training partner's pushing you 10 reps past failure. And then you take a plate off, and then you go again, and on a drop set on hacks, the whole set lasts 3 minutes long and you can't even walk after. I'm not saying that that's not difficult. I'm just saying it's a different kind of hard versus a free weight. That's not on a track, not on a machine, no training wheel in any capacity, no floaties, no help, just you and iron. And for my back workouts, I'm on this fucking barbell for all my shit, and I kind of purposely put it away from my high carb day because it puts me in that Conor McGregor, I like going into fighting or training hungry, it puts me there. And these are some of my most aggressive, kind of testosterone, rugged feeling workouts. And I encourage you guys, find your best body part or maybe your second best body part to train and put it the furthest away from your high calorie cheat meal day or whatever, so that you have the least amount of energy. You've taken all these steps, done all these cardios, done all these workouts, all your days at work, all these night sleeps. Before that session, you have nothing to your advantage, and go into your best body part with nothing in your advantage, so that getting those PRs is actually harder. You just make it literally harder for yourself so that your worst body parts can catch up. Because like I've said, proportion is everything. It's all about balance and proportion to your physique. This channel and my goal is not just about getting bigger. It's getting bigger with aesthetics. I want to build an aesthetically pleasing. I want respect. I want to be someone to think I'm impressive, and I want someone to be kind of looking up to me in a way that's not just, whoa, look at that. I know Dorian Yates did that whole quote, and people love to put it in their TikTok and Reel edits where they cite Dorian Yates saying, I don't want people to go, oh, wow, nice physique. I want them to go, what the fuck is that? There's a small element of that I kind of like, but really I want it to be like, wow, like you have sculpted something artistically beautiful, and beautiful in like kind of a what the fuck way. Like, look at your traps, bro. Like, why are your quads have these lines go, why do you have cuts on your leg like that? How come your bicep has a split in the center? I can see both too. I can see both of your bicep heads. Why do your triceps have striations? Where's all these veins in your abs? Like, this is crazy. You have hamstring veins. Like, I like that. Holy shit, what the fuck is that kind of a reaction that I'll have to myself or someone has to me? But really the larger piece of that pie that I am striving for is proportion, balance, symmetry, aesthetics, where you're combining the world of getting bigger and building mass, and you're combining how can I build an illusion, not even an illusion like I'm tricking you, but I'm trying to make this an impression on you of, whoa, man, like you don't have any weak points. Everything is built perfectly. And there's no such thing as perfect, but that's where I'm going. And this workout today solves one piece of that huge puzzle for me. And the next workout will be a different piece, the next one a different piece. And this journey is so fun to just sculpt and build and draw this painting or paint this painting on this canvas, where it's not just about how can I get there as fast as I can. I want to eat in bulk and get fat and take this gear and that gear and inject this and take this peptide. But it's like every step of the way, you get to actually reflect on that chapter. And I love using your calories as a way. It's almost like dipping your paintbrush in paint. That first stroke on the canvas is going to be full of paint. You're not going to be low on paint. You're going to have plenty of paint there. 5 or 6 or 7, brush strokes later, your brush starts getting dry. And that's where you gotta start kind of dialing in, because you're like, oh shit, I'm running out of paint. This is where I really gotta turn on my accuracy and really step in and zone in. And that's what I purposely do to myself on my later in the week, away from my high carb day workouts, where I come in the gym and I'm staring at 600 or 700 pounds, 800 pounds on a barbell. And I'm like, well, great. I haven't really eaten much. I've had 3 workouts leading up to this day that were all difficult. And I gotta pick this weight up. And it's almost like this fucking survival of the fittest, do or die animal comes out of you to just get it done in that moment. Turn on that fire switch for like 30, 60 seconds. And then turn it back off because, you're kind of running on fumes. So that's what I was thinking this workout. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it wasn't too loud with all this rain, but bro, that's Thailand, man. It's a very interesting place out here. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. If you wanna support me as usual, like button, comment something, and yeah, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you guys and all your support. I'm very grateful that I get to do this. And I'll catch you later.